Warning, danger.
Your internet connection is unstable, just like my personality. All right. There we go.
Gallery? Yeah, gallery.
Gallery?
Well, because I was looking up stuff today that allows you to like change the views and that way. Because whenever record, the other ones we've done recorded, it like keeps swapping. So whoever's talking and stuff, and it's like, I don't know. I don't like that shit. I'd rather be able to edit it on my end, but whatever.
Yeah, I said on the first one, and yeah, there's a way that you can do it if you didn't read. If you don't know, I think I can ask the girls because they've done this with this. They're dancing.
Yeah.
So they've done a lot of Zoom, and anytime anybody would talk, it would pop up, and they couldn't see the instructor and stuff. So they figured that out, but I'd have to ask them because I have no clue.
Yeah, it's that first world problem kind of situation.
That's nice. Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know. So what you been up to besides, I guess, creepily watching Zoom videos of, teenage girls dancing on your TV?
Actually, I've been on nights, so I haven't watched any of that. Man, fuck work. Work is a bunch of bullshit. That's all that shit boils down to. But good news is we're going back to normal hours, so we don't have to go straight 8-hour days, which would suck for us because we're shift workers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all just idiots. They're idiots. Do you remember we had a guy that took off the restricted area, but it was still active, and we flew a plane right through it? AP, Argetta Panetta.
I think I remember that, yeah.
And there were some quals lost, and he got revocated. Well, guess what happened yesterday?
Uh-oh.
The exact same thing, but this was a rated controller, and he swore, "Oh no, it's not active." And luckily, we did not fly a plane through it, but it was very close.
Mm-hmm.
And I lit into that dude yesterday because he was like, it's just kind of whatever. You could kill people, you dumbass. And of course, it was the other crew, and I lit into everybody on that crew.
Oh yeah, I bet. Well, it ain't no worse whenever I was up on ground and allowed that aircraft to take off over the people working on the runway.
Oops. Just
You're fine. You're an airplane. Just go over them. Shit. Yeah, I remember seeing that. And then
so it's
like
just
pilot
that
back.
The office retarded normal. So.
That's always good.
Did we just overfly somebody? Yeah, you did. They were aware.
Yeah,
they knew. Just lied my ass off.
Yeah, they knew you were coming. You're fine.
When you call traffic, they're always 3 miles apart, right?
Right. That's it. Oh man, I remember that. I remember just being so mad, going like, "Jesus Christ, I'll be out in like 3 months," and I just had my first like death incursion, pretty much. All right, sweet, good timing. Good old complacency. Good time.
Congratulations, you get out a little sooner.
Yeah, right. Hey, you know how you were working on paperwork to separate? Yeah, your DD 214 is going to have to be changed now. You kill people, you can't get an honorable. That doesn't happen. Damn.
No.
Good times. Oh well, happens.
So yeah, that's normal shit. It seems like it's rained for 40 days and 40 nights over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you guys had more storms and stuff
For the
coming through?
kids swimming in the mud puddle or pond up front. Oh yeah, I mean it's just rained almost every day. That's why I've got to go mow the other property today because it's like the second day of sunshine. So hopefully it'll be dry enough that we can get something done. But I said we had flash floods the other day, and they said 3 to 5 inches within 24 hours, and the storm's pretty rough. So, and the hurricanes ain't even here yet. So,
Yeah, damn. Well, I know that's whatever we've had. It's probably, I don't think it's rained or had any kind of chance of rain really for the past like 2 or 3 weeks here. And I just looked at the 10-day forecast, and it's supposed to be like high of 94 or 93 for the like next 10 days. And then it's going to be low of like 75. So it's just starting to get that good old summer swamp ass like type of, wake up in the morning. Jen's been going for runs in the morning, and then Madison will wake up. So I'll get up with her and change her because she likes to go out for a walk or go out for a run with her around the park. And I'm just like, man, that's just starting the day off horrible. It's like, that sucks. Nope.
can't get any worse from there, right? Running first thing in the morning.
That's it. Yeah. Well, they've been doing that. I'm trying to preserve my dad bod that I'm working hard on. So making sure I'm not losing any pounds that way. That's for sure. Summer bod, but if the coronavirus keeps going, the way I'm looking at it is like coronavirus is having its flare up again. Well, I'm gonna need to, yeah, right. Shocker. I'm gonna need to have that store that way in case all hell breaks loose and the rioters get even crazier this time. I can't get to Walmart or Kroger or something like that and get my food. Well, I'm good. I can fast as long as I got water. I'll be good for a couple weeks. I don't really want to go straight keto, but I guess that's how it's going to have to happen. So,
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, because vegetables are hard to come by. We've been trying to find canned green beans for like 2 weeks and can't find them. It's fucking ridiculous. And my garden sucks, so I'm not going to have any beans out of there. I'll get potatoes, but the beans aren't coming.
Sorry. You have that carb rush then. That'll work.
Need to start incubating some more chickens. At least I'll have some chicken.
Sure. It's very true. How many of you guys have now?
We had 10, 11. We have 13 now because 3 babies hatched. And they were hatching at different times. So mama was having to run around and keep track of those 3. So the other 3 she was nesting on didn't develop. So, and she was about to kill herself, try to do both. So we just threw them eggs out.
Yeah.
So we got 3 new ones. We'll take it.
It works. Well, I was going to say, as long as they keep laying eggs, you guys will be fed for a while. That's for damn sure. So I remember you guys were always trying to give us eggs. It's like, dude, we don't need them. Like, we still have plenty.
Yeah.
Take this.
I took 3 18 packs and a 12 pack in last night and was like, get rid of them because we're running out of refrigerator space. Jeez. And we could have probably taken that double because, I mean, they're all in there.
Man.
Our refrigerator's full on one side of just nothing but eggs.
Yeah. Man, there's probably some kind of like, prepper's guide to that where you can, that's what you should do. Remember how Mike used to always like those like pickled eggs or all that kind of weird bar food type shit? Yeah, right? That's what you could do. You could jar them and just send them to him. Be like, here you go. Just gas the family out of the whole damn house.
Yeah, I don't think Steph would like that very much. She'd fucking call me from Texas or drive in all pissed off.
Probably, yeah. I can imagine that's good for the system.
No. Or those around you.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, the other day we were, I can't remember what the hell we were doing, but I was playing with Madison, and she's the gassiest kid I've ever met in my life. And dude, I was wrestling with her, and she strained like she was trying to make a muscle or do something like that. And just as she was straining, I guess she just tensed up everything, and it was the most grown man fart came out of her little bitty body, and it just hit me all at once. And I was like, oh, like I made her get down and like run across the house. I'm like, go over there, like somewhere. And then Jen started running away, like, no, she's not crop dust to me. I'm like, Jesus, my nose is on fire right now. God, dog. So I can only imagine Mike on his nasty ass egg thing. Ooh. Ugh.
Well, I mean, you remember the Spartan race? You refused to sleep in his bed because he was farting and whatever else running us out of the room.
Yeah, it's like, Mike, it's not cold, man. Like, and he was in there and he was asleep before anybody else. Like, just a loose booty hole. That's the trick. If somebody's gassy, you have to fall asleep before them, so you just don't. I mean, you might have horrible like acid like dreams or something, but at least you won't be conscious for it. Miserable. Oh well, pitiful. So what else is going on in North Carolina? Anything special with the base? Like, are they doing anything crazy, overreacting to all the shit that's going on?
No, I mean, they want you to carry a mask. None of the gate guards are wearing their shit now, but they're not touching your IDs. I think bowling alley has opened back up, so most everything I believe is opening back up. And like I said, we're going back to normal hours and stuff. So, I mean, really hadn't noticed much of a change. I mean, our guys are still doing chow runs and this, that, and the other, and hasn't slowed anything down. Other than, like I said, entertainment style. And
Yeah,
I think the restaurant, Wendy's is open back up. I mean, they had the drive through, but now I think you can go in and all that stuff. So, no, they make the broadcast on the AM radio. You know, we're Corona compliant and be careful and 6 feet and wear your mask. And then they're sending out, hey, everything's open. Just carry a mask and put it on if you can't maintain 6 feet. Well, you sit right next to people, you can't maintain 6 feet. So
everybody fucking walking around looking like ninjas and shit.
yeah, I think they told me the gyms have opened back up, but they close. I think it's 2 to 3 every day for a thorough deep cleaning. We'll see how that is. You know how Marines clean, right? It ain't white glove no more.
That's it.
Because our guys were supposed to wipe down in between shifts and all that stuff, and they never wiped down shit. We were hand sanitizing everything. That's why we couldn't keep it. We're just throwing hand sanitizer at the screen and keyboards and whatever else, you know, ruining millions of dollars of equipment. But it's fine. It's all right.
That's right. Yeah, especially all the push button,
Right.
push to talk shit.
Not revert back to caveman time of coordination and stuff. So
yeah. Well, so I know we talked about maybe it was a couple of weeks ago whenever I called you and was talking to you. So what would you think about? So everything going crazy like it is, everybody's hating on police and just, I guess, blatant disregard in my eye, like for what police are and what they should be and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I get it. There's assholes in every line of work, and when you get to carry a gun, you can step up your game. That's for damn sure. But what we were talking about, everybody, you know, like other countries do, like everybody having to join the military for, you know, a stint, I guess we'll call it that. You know, some countries do like 2 years, 4 years, all that kind of stuff. You think that'd ever be an option here, or what do you think about that idea?
I think it would be all right. I mean, that might give everybody a different perspective on what it is to depend upon other people.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, depending on what work you're doing, you know. Did I depend on you for my life? No, but it depended you for my job to make sure that you didn't kill other people, you know. But the grunts, you know, they're making sure, you know, that they're protecting each other and stuff like that. And maybe that would give everybody a different perspective, because you don't get to pick who your buddy is all the time, you know. Oh, I don't want the black guy. I don't want the white guy. I don't want the Mexican, blah, blah, blah. Here you go. And hopefully all of you come back. I really don't think that'll ever happen. We have too many pussies. We have too many lawyers. We have too many, you know, moms of America bullshit that, oh, you know, you can't train my baby to be a war fighter even though he signed up to be a war fighter, blah, 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 that kind of shit. We are well beyond implementing anything like that, unless, you know, we get invaded like Red Dawn, you know. and Chinese or something take over, and then they do it. We're not ever going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be good for my kids to do it, but I'm not sure I want them to go into the military. Just seeing all the changes and the shit that they do and don't do that we did and don't do. I mean, it's a lot more paperwork. I don't think it's the close camaraderie that I see from the guys that I work with.
Yeah.
No, it's just different times. Try to raise them right, and hopefully they're not little assholes too, but I know they are. They're not racist. They're hatist, just like me. Stupid, no matter what color it is.
So,
that's the.
yeah, no, I agree, because that's, I don't know. I had that, like I said, I had that thought a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, man, and that's not an original thought by any means, like, because, like I said, other countries do it, and I know I've heard discussions of it in the past, ever since I was growing up and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think it would be interesting if it was a concept that could be implemented. Like I said, if there was like a restriction, so like you have from 18 to 24, 18 to 22, anywhere in that time frame, you can kind of pick and choose when you start, but you have to do, let's say, 4 years, because that's basic enlistment and everything like that. None of that National Guard, 2 years, come and go as you please kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Like, you're going to do 4 years, do an enlistment, and have it be done. And then, like I said, it doesn't matter, pretty much like what you first said. It doesn't matter if you're doing air traffic control, or if you're working at the chow hall, if you're doing infantry, or, I mean, you could be working on a nuclear sub for all I care. Like, it doesn't matter, but doing something, because one, it's going to, I think, would get rid of all the college debt. Now, I get it, as a country, we'd have to absorb that, and I'm not a financial major by any means, so I have no idea how all that would work out. But if you have every citizen, that's just creating a betterment and creating less, I guess, for the lack of a better term, losers out there, which I consider myself a loser sometimes, because it's like, I'm going to be a lazy piece of shit today and not really work on a project or something like that. But you have the people that aren't coming out of college that are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And then if they want to continue on with college, then they at least have a baseline to where they want to go for their MBA or master's or doctorate and all that kind of stuff. That's one thing that's always kind of just puzzled me. It's like, especially over the past, 20 years, the tuition at colleges is just skyrocketed, but the education hasn't changed that much. It's gotten more technical, technically advanced, but the shit hasn't changed. It's not like, oh yeah, you're going to study like physics and all this kind of stuff. You're going to go work for SpaceX one day. Yeah, your stuff's going to cost more because you have more expensive ass gadgets and toys and shit you got to play with, versus somebody who's going to, what is it that we always used to talk about, underwater basket weaving or some shit. You can major in that, and those 2 degrees cost the same. Like, that's kind of different. So it's just outrageous.
Maybe your thing. All right, you serve 2 years. We pay for your associate's degree. We pay for 2 years of college, but you kind of have to not necessarily lock in a major for 2 years. But all right, let's knock all these prerequisites out, and this is your money. We pay for that, and then you're done. If you do a 4-year, then we pay for a 4-year degree in whatever that you want. But you kind of have to stick. If you change, then you still get this lump of money for whatever you initially have to do, the extra or whatever, maybe. I mean, I guess that's kind of what they do now with the GI Bill or whatever the hell they called it. Here's $30,000, do with it what you want. But if you were to implement something like that, mandatory 2 years, you can tack on another 2 if you want a better college or something like that. That might be an incentive, but again, you're still not going to get everybody to do it. And then just imagine the quality of people you're going to get in the military.
Yeah.
Oh, for everybody, we got some in there now that how the fuck did they make it through? So I guess the drill instructors and shit have quotas too, right? Can't revocate everybody, even though they fucking should. Go back to the drug waivers and the guys that either go to jail or go to the Marine Corps, and let's load them up We should be mean again instead of, oh, you mean I have to work? I don't want to work.
Yep.
Oh, I have to clean. I don't want to clean.
Yep.
Oh, my hair's not cut. Oh, it'll be fun. My service or my uniform's unserviceable and all this other shit. So, yeah,
Yep.
You think that's whiny now? Fuck. Can you imagine some of those little emo Nemo kids fucking coming in? It would be just wretched. Be fucking wretched.
What's Nemo? Are you thinking about finding
And I understand,
Nemo
I
right
understand, and I'm not making light of suicide. Don't get me wrong. I said I understand why some people. Yeah, I know why certain people commit suicide, and it's not because I'm unhappy or blah blah blah. It's just because the fucking retards around you. You don't know what to do with them. You know, you can't kill them all. It's against the law. But it's easier to take yourself. And I was yelling at one or two of them. I was like, y'all are retarded. So whatever. I don't agree with it, but I can understand some of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe from a different point of view, but yeah. It saddens me how dumb these people are. It's fine.
Well, hey, since you had your little tangent there for a second, it reminded me of like how the fuel and the hate, can keep you going sometimes. It keeps you warm, I guess, as some people like to say. So I was thinking about it, and I just driving Madison to school this morning was like, wait a minute. I think I was listening to a podcast and they had mentioned like pretty much how everything's divided right now, right? So bipartisan and all that kind of stuff, Democrat, Republican, nobody can have a good idea from the other party because nobody else from the other party is going to listen to it and all this kind of bullshit, which is very much how it is in America today. It's, if you're not friends or if you're not the right color or you're not this religion or that religion, it doesn't matter. If you don't see my point of view, that whole cancel culture type concept, you're from something else. We don't care. We don't give a shit if you have a brilliant idea, and it's ridiculous. But so I had this idea of I had the thought, maybe that's what Trump is in his own entity, is that he is literally like this alien shell of something or whatever, however you want to phrase it. But literally he gets so many people mad at him and he keeps the pot stirred and he keeps shit stirred up because that's how he functions. In a peaceful world, I don't know if he'd know what to do with himself. Like he can't exist in a world where people are nice to each other and everybody gets along and everybody's friendly. And I know a lot of people that are that way. If something's wrong, I mean, or if everything's going right, some of those people just can't function that way.
Thank you. Love you. She brought me a coffee. I asked her to make coffee right when this thing started, and I was like, where the hell's my coffee? I'm like only one cup in. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
She had to fresh brew it. Yeah, cheers. I had to have my coffee too. But yeah, no, it's just that he keeps everything stirred up for the simple fact that that's how he gets energized, right? Like some people, okay, coffee. Some people can't function in the morning, or some people have become so reliant on having coffee first thing in the morning that if you go to talk to them, so much so that there's, how many mugs have you seen? It's like, they'll have the lines on it says, not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, now you can talk to me. That kind of thing.
Yes. Stephanie sits in on me in the morning, and I was like, I don't even have this coffee going. You're going to have to shut the fuck up, at least for a little bit, because she comes out right out of the bedroom. You haven't even had coffee yet.
Yeah.
Calm down.
She's secretly taking that Adderall. She takes that and it's just like, bah! Little redheaded She-Hulk.
But it's funny, you said like Trump's an alien. If you think about it, all right, so the aliens come to the planet, right? And they're like, all right, we're going to have to disguise ourselves. He looks like a disguise, right? So they put pieces and parts together and whatever, and it's the hair. It's the hair they didn't get quite right. So you could be onto something.
Yeah.
Men in Black, when the guy opens up and the little aliens about the servos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
but everybody likes chaos. I mean, that's what chaos and drama. Look on TV. It's all these drama shows. It's all these reality things and stuff like that. So it's hard to be peaceful for some people. Absolutely. It's hard to sit down and listen to the crickets and watch the rain and stuff like that and be happy with it. Everybody's like, I got to get out. I got to do this and fuck this rain. And then when it's sunshiny, we're a society of not happy people or can't be happy with what we have. That's why we always strive. Oh, I need a raise. I need this. And oh, here's this advertisement for something that I have no idea what it is, but it looks cool and I fucking need it. So I could absolutely see that.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Because I mean, I think it might have been this morning. There was a video that popped up on my feed that was of Trump and Epstein when Epstein wasn't choked to death yet. This is probably early '90s. It looked like, because it looked like Trump had caterpillars for eyebrows. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, same hair. So I still don't get that hair. But like you said, it could be they got everything else good. But it also makes sense that he might be an alien because dude is 70 something, 72, 73, something like that. He eats KFC and all this fast food shit, right? And then it's still just nonstop energy, like, and tweets at weird times. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, if he sleeps, which I shouldn't say I'm trying to figure out. I could care less if he fucking sleeps because, like I said, I think he's an alien. We're just gonna go with that theory. But like,
we're gonna go with that.
What would be in his IV drip bag? You know what I mean? Like every morning he's just fucking get it in there. Like, we got to do this shit today. Fake news. Like, we got to get all this shit taken care of. But it's not that he's taking care of it. He's just ready to go out there and go to war every single day, which I get. It's a shit job. I wouldn't want it. No, I don't know anybody would want that job. You got to be responsible for everything that happens in this country. Fuck that. Like, oh my God, there's mayors and shit that can't even control a district of shit. You know what I mean? Like, but hey, you're responsible for all of it now. Here you go. Oh, and if you're having a bad day, just push that button over there and we'll take out a country. It's fine. No, fuck that.
Well, we were talking about that at work last night. They said that, and again, I haven't looked at any of this, but they said that the Chinese and the Indians fought. And will we get involved? Who would we side with? And this and the other. And somebody's like, oh, we won't get involved. And I'm like, hell yeah, we're going to get involved. You know why? Because we need a war. And the reason I say that is because that usually pulls us together, that increases economy, because everything like that. Because we've had COVID, we've shut each other down. Now we have race riots. We've got to do something to get rid of these two, to take our mind off of it. So what a better thing. You know, we're going to go to war with Chinese and Indians. And one guy's like, send me over there. I love curry. He said, I'll fight for either side as long as I get curry.
Bitch, you ain't getting curry. You're getting an MRE. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I like Chinese food, but I don't think I agree with some of their shit. So I don't know. Leave me out of it.
No, yeah, I wouldn't want to be over there. Like, nope, I'm good. There's some parts of China where you can be walking through a nice part of town or whatever, and there's just human shit right where you're supposed to be walking. Because some people just don't know any better. It's like, I'm good.
I have definitely seen that here. Went out fishing with the kids at Catfish Lake. And there's some decisions were made because there was a pile of underwear and 2 piles of human shit right next to it. So somebody had something go wrong. You know, the fish weren't biting, but something was.
Two piles?
I was like, all right, kids, 2 piles. And I think it was just 1 pair of underwear. So I think somebody had some issues. I mean, PBR didn't treat them right, or undercooked catfish. I don't know, but it was, I think so. My boys were like, ooh, because that was probably 3 or 4 years ago. So, I mean, not that they wouldn't do it now, but they're like, ooh, somebody's shitting on the ground. Yes, I know. Now stay away from it. They're poking it with sticks and shit. Yeah. Get away from it.
See,
uncouth turds.
You said we just talked about raising them right not long ago. You might be missing out on the full perspective if they're like, you know, I mean, I've shit in the woods. Like, there's sometimes you're out in the middle of like a huge, like, we used to hunt in this in Natchez Trace State Park when I lived in Tennessee, and it's huge. There's no gas stations. You just find a layover log or a stump from where they've clear cut some areas or something like that, something nice to prop up against or sit on, and you got to go. There's no Smokey the Bear around. Like, he's not gonna just surprise you and be like, hey, that's, you know, can't be pooping out your butt. Like, dude, just go back to protecting forest fires or some shit. But anyways, like, you got to do that. So they were grossed out by somebody shitting in the woods, or what was it that freaked them out? Was it the underwear maybe? Was it more like that?
Yes, that necessarily, I won't call it in the woods. It was right where you park your cars. So it's not like
Oh,
somebody went off into the woods to go poop. It's like you park your car, open it up, and I was like, oh, I almost stepped in shit.
oh yeah, that's bad. All right.
Because I took the kids paddling a couple weeks ago, right? And we're in the intercoastal, and I'm like, oop, I'm going to have to chum the water here. So I found a piece of driftwood and strung it between two pieces of grass and shit in the intercoastal. And scrub my ass with 3 seashells. That's a movie ref edit. Then good luck, look that shit up because nobody knows how to use the 3 seashells.
That's right. There's an etiquette to it. If Stallone can do it, that spoiler alert. If
Nice,
Stallone
you
can
get
do
it.
it,
Good
I
job.
think you can do it. It's probably
Well,
got
he
the-
didn't get it. Remember, he just kept cussing and getting the paper.
Oh yeah, where he's like, fuck, shit, piss, this, and he just kept ripping
You
them
have been
off.
fined. Yep.
That's it. Now, what I mean, that's like I was getting at. It's like I want to do like naked and afraid. Well, maybe not naked and afraid style, but like survivor mode or like survivor. You just in your coastal waters, perfect. There you go. Just send them out to an island or one of those little lagoons out there for a couple of days and be like, just let me know where you end up pooping. Let me know. Did you find a stall or a porta potty that floated up from a hurricane or some shit? That would be like a jackpot right
Used
there.
it to catch fish. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Damn, yeah. Because I
Well,
remember.
Braden did dig up a old tire, and he said you can poop in this if you want to. So he had ideas already. I mean, a nice cushy seat. So
I
just
can't
make
say.
sure all the crabs are out from there because you don't want sit down there and have a little crab chop 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 chop.
Why is
Get a
it
whole new surprise.
Why is it as soon as you mentioned crabs, like my balls like kind of like started like
I
running,
know, right?
Right? It was just kind of one of those like, oh damn. Like I've never had crabs pinch at my nutsack or taint, but as soon as you mentioned it, it was like danger. Like there was no hesitation. It just started going on its own. Like, thank God. Ah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's sad. We procreated. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Damn. But I guess what it concerned me when you first started telling the story, anyways, because it was two. It was like because I always think like, all right, so since it was on the side of the road, I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe they just squatted on their running boards. I've had Madison do that, like we've been driving somewhere and there's no bathroom around. It's like, all right, and she thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Like just put her on the running board with her booty hanging on it just a little bit for support. And she's peeing and she looks up at me just like amazed, like, oh my God. She's like, I don't know what's going through her little 2-year-old head, but she just was in awe of it. So because I had a buddy of my dad's when I was probably 12 or 13, we went fishing one time on the Tennessee River, and the bank to where for the boat ramp was it was a 45-degree angle, if not more. Like it was ridiculous because I remember specifically this exact moment in my life because I've never laughed so hard in my life. To this day, I probably never have not topped that story because he was launching the boat. He was backing up. He had one of those old Dodge Rams, but it was the like cabbed version to where it had the back part. I always think of like O.J. Simpson Bronco style. It had that kind of body style, but it was like a 70s. So I don't even know what it was called. But he's backing the boat down the ramp. Well, he goes to hit the brakes. Well, it was like pea gravelly kind of. And the brakes weren't working. So he is like stomping the brakes and it's still just sliding down the boat ramp, and he's turning, he's freaking out. He just overreacts because all he had to do is just wait till it hit the water. The boat would have launched just fine, and the truck's not going to go too much further once he hits the water and then just come right back up. But he started freaking out and doing everything in his power to stop. He just wanted it to stop. That's all he wanted. Well, I remember he ended up getting the boat launched and got back up there. And he's like, man, I've never been so nervous in my life. He like lit a cigarette and was still shaking. I was like, I was laughing still at this point. Like while it was happening, once it started, because I knew it was going on, you could just see him wrenching it. So he lit a cigarette and he goes, man, that scared the shit out of me. And you see him walk back up to the truck and he just knelt, like squatted on the boat trailer and just took it. And he goes, anybody wants ice cream later? He's like, I put a nice DQ swirl on top of it. And no shit, when we got back from fishing later that day, it looked like a DQ swirl on top. I was like, Jesus, that ruined. I don't think I've eaten DQ ice cream since. But it was one of those.
Yeah,
like,
I could see where
gotta
that
go.
would turn you off from the dip cone for sure.
Yes. Yeah. No more of that. I'll do a blizzard all day. Yeah. I'll see a swirl on the top of ice cream cone. I'm done. Can't do it.
But I don't know why we're talking about shit, but my cousin taught me a very valuable lesson when I was younger, because we'd always go down to the river, and we'd be swimming or fishing or whatever, and you have to go, you just go in the river, right? So if you take a shit in the river, you need to be facing upstream, not downstream, because if you're facing downstream with the current hitting your back, guess where that turd goes? Back and all around your shirt and your back and all this other stuff. So if you turn around, your shit, it's going to just float away, not up your back. And I still remember that to this day. And all of us freaked out because you got shit on you. I mean, we may have been teenagers, probably a little less. I think, right before teenage years. But yeah, I think he may have been 10, maybe 9, and shitting in the water and running right up his crack and in his back.
Well, I mean, you made the comment of like, why? I don't know why we're talking about shit. Are you serious? I don't remember a day whenever it was radar room tower that poop, shit,
we didn't talk
diarrhea.
about shit.
It didn't matter. As I even remember one person, like, I can't remember who came up with the concept. It's like, all right, you know what? Let's make this a challenge. Let's see if we can at least make it till the afternoon before we talk about poop. And it was like one of those things. Everybody just kind of sat there for a while. It's like, what are we going to talk about? Because everything
was pretty quiet.
Yeah, it was. I remember vividly. Yeah, it was, because it was like, all right, man, if we're purposely trying not to talk about poop, it's like one of those things. It's like, don't do that. It's like a little kid, don't do that. And they're like, what else can I do? Like, what else am I supposed to do? Because everything always, just like this conversation, it started off strong and then it was like, oh, Browntown. Like, here we go. It just takes off. Every single conversation, every time. Because it's funny. It's fucking funny.
Speaking of that, all right, back to the shit, right? They were talking about videos at work, and you've seen 2 girls in a cup, and I'm like, oh, and I said, have you seen 2 kids finger painting? Have you seen 2 kids in a sandbox and all this stuff? And they're like, no, and I'm like, there you go. There's your homework assignment. Go ahead and watch those. And Randy's just in the back. She's not saying anything, but I can see her head shaking like, oh my God. She never saw it, but she knows from our reaction. Yeah, so
she's praying for all of you, so you're fine.
Scarred these boys, because that was all on yours and Mike's. I'm not, no. I did show George the one that Mike had sent me, the one that was kind of like the marionette, with the tape to the old puss, and it's singing like Bohemian Rhapsody or whatever it was.
Well, see, that's where that porn.
That's a typical Mike video.
That's where porn's very influential, because I can't remember. It's been years since I've seen that much hair on anything, to the point where it looks so alien. That's what makes it funny, is because I know it's a vagina with hair, but then all of a sudden it starts doing that thing. It's like, oh my God, what? Speaking of aliens, what is that? And it's like, oh, okay, got it. It's been a while. Yeah, porn does have an influence on the world. It's crazy.
Yeah. Can you imagine growing up in the 60s and 70s? Fucking.
Every time I hear somebody bring that up, I always think of like having like a hair pick down there, like, because you don't want to cross-contaminate, I guess, for the best way to put it. Yeah. So you just have them, like, do you have them color-coded, or do you have like a small comb and then, normal size comb for your head, or how does that work?
That girl from that movie Waiting, when they were always flashing each other and calling them gazers and kicking them in the ass, and it's got like shit stuck in it, and why is it?
It looks so angry. Yeah,
so angry because it looks like.
Yeah. Ugh. Ah. Yeah. Damn. I know. I got to bring that up because I've been listening to. Have you ever heard of the podcast Your Mom's House? Pause
I
for
didn't
the
catch
cause.
any of
Did
that.
you hear it? Yeah. You froze, so I figured I'd give it a second to catch up.
Yeah.
No, the podcast Your Mom's House with it's like Tom Segura and Christina P is pretty much what I got. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. It's crazy. Have you ever heard of that podcast?
No,
You have not heard of Your Mom's House?
no, I don't do
Uh,
podcasts. I listen to Joe Rogan every once in a while, and then Ben
I,
Shapiro. But
I
that's it.
swear to God, I promise you, this is how I know this will change your life. This will make you listen to this podcast. You will subscribe. You will listen to it every single day because it's on par with like every demented, weird story we've ever told. And it's like, did we just become best friends? Here's your podcast. This is it. This is the way you need to do it. Your Mom's House. Like, look it up because they play like weird, messed up clips and stuff like that. Like that we always used to freak each other and try to make each other puke. Like he does that to his wife. That's the best part. They're both comedians, but he does that to his wife. He'll show a video or whatever, and she'll start freaking out. And sometimes she'll run out of the room or the studio. She'll just run out. She'll be like, "Nope, I can't do it." And she'll just take off, and he'll like try not to gag and puke and stuff. It's perfect. So you got to look it up. It's well worth it.
All right, Your Mom's House, Christina P. and Tom Segura.
Yep.
All right.
If you can, now they even mention it in the episode because sometimes it's so funny. Like I'll intentionally pull it up on YouTube instead of just listening to it because they'll play the clips, and sometimes you're like, "Damn, that sounds jacked up. I want to see what they're talking about." So you pull it up. Start with, and this is how you're just going to dive straight into the deep end. Start with episode 550. Like it's
550.
I think that's like 5 or 6 episodes ago, but it's hilarious. Like, and you'll want to go back because there's some of the stories that they talk about or some of the people they bring up that there's a little bit more interesting backstory to it, previous episodes before they get to that one. But they even end that episode, the very next episode, it was 551. They read some viewer comments from that past episode of 550. And one of them was like, "Can you imagine if this was the first episode ever watching Your Mom's House?" Like, because it's just that jacked up. It's hilarious, but it's just super demented. You'll love it. It'll be great. And anybody else listening,
I'm downloading it now. So,
and anybody who's listening that's not me or Brad, just I don't know, just put an R rating, NC-17, whatever. Like if you're not twisted and demented like us, just a word of caution. It's messed up, but it's awesome. Because there's some of it where you're just like, well, look, like even just watching it or listening to it, I'm like, oh my God, like, geez. And I'm like, yep, that's how I know I like it. Keeps you on your toes. Oh well. Whew, man. But yeah, you got to listen to that. That's fantastic. It's the funniest shit.
yeah, I'll listen to it today
Oh yeah.
when I'm out mowing. Let's do.
Oh yeah, you got to, because I even have one of their buddies that's on there. They because of some of the clips they found in the past, they decided to buy him a tit cup, like one of those, like not a breast pump, but it's like one of those BDSM type things. And they talked him into like trying it out and putting it on and stuff like that. And yeah, but the reason they went down that route is impressive. Like the person that they discovered in their videos and stuff. They even have a guy on there called Fed Smoker. Pretty sure he's all about crystal meth. And he's dead. I think he died back in 2011 or no, maybe last year. But he's just one of those, like, he's a Cops episode all rolled into one. Like he's all of episodes of Cop rolled into one, like from confrontations with people and just saying stupid shit. But he just has Have you ever seen anybody that's ever been like on meth or anything like that, where they're just real, like they just have those rage spikes besides a normal rage spike, like we would exhibit?
Definitely seen that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, where
Like
they
we
just,
have.
they'll be talking and then just all of a sudden they're like gritting their teeth or tensed up or stuff like that. Yeah, he does that. And it's like, holy shit. And it's, I can't even sell it right. It's just that great. It's just, fuck, it's perfect. You just got to watch it.
Oh, speaking of which, did you order those shorts to do jiu-jitsu in? The
like denim lumberjack looking ones? No, I didn't. I was going to, but I was like, man, there's no way I would ever live that down. Just a few weeks into it, like, I can't show up in that shit. They'll be like, no. Like, I get it. They'd probably laugh and giggle. Like I said, I know our personalities, we would show up and just a bulging right there. But it made it perfect because the dude had the lumberjack, like the traditional like flannel shirt on with the axe.
The top, yeah, that sold it.
Exactly. It's like, well, I might not do it jiu-jitsu in them, but that's my Halloween costume for sure. Like, man. Yeah, no, I thought about it. I really did. I thought long and hard about it. And I think what deterred me officially was like when it had that zoomed in picture where you could see where it had the stitching to make it look like a little pair of shorty shorts, like Daisy Dukes, but on steroids. Was that it reminded me of Madison's little 2T or, whatever shorts. And I was like, it'll look like I stole my daughter's shorts. No, I can't. I was just, something mentally was like, no, don't do that. I can't do that.
Yeah, you'd have to manscape because all your short and curlies would be sticking through, or you could definitely see them because they're pretty tight.
Pretty tight. Like, I don't even know if they like actually, I don't see how that could be comfortable, even if it was intentionally for jiu-jitsu, like for, no-gi stuff, like, because it at least on like Daisy Dukes, or maybe it's an optical illusion with chicks wearing their short cutoff shorts now where the pocket hangs out. It makes it appear longer. But I'm pretty sure where the bottom of that dude's in that picture for the advertisement, where the bottom of his taint area was, the short part that was on the legs actually looked like it was up. So it almost looked like it was kind of turning into a mini denim Dan looking Speedo. Like it didn't look like it was going to be shorts as advertised.
Yeah, you probably wanted to order a size up on that, just in case.
Just to be safe, because it was going to start creeping into crevices. You might not want it. That's chafing. That's what that is. That's all
the shit was so tight a fart probably wouldn't escape.
No, probably sound like a freaking elk or a moose or something like that coming out of those things. Be pitiful. But oh well. So what about your adventures with your mountain biking? Have you continued doing that since we're talking about woods and lumberjacking? Like, oh well, let's get back on the shorts here.
A little bit out in the yard. So you've seen some of the disasters that have come out of that. But again, it's been raining so much that we haven't been able to go out on any trails and stuff. I bought some protective stuff for my mountain bike because mine's too pretty to mess up. So I've got some 3M helicopter tape on it that's supposed to keep dings and all this stuff out. And I refuse to put my bike with the rest of everybody else's bike because I don't want my shit mingling with the commoners. And one of the boys took it over to the bike shop to have them fix it. And it turns out they just weren't shifting right. I couldn't see it, but they said they were putting too much power under it while they were shifting. So they just needed to back off. And then we got invited to be part of a mountain bike club. They have a season, and it's from 6th grade to 12th grade. And they do all these races throughout North Carolina. And the guy said, you can get scholarships. He said our last race at Appalachian State, and a couple other colleges he named, where they're recruiting people to come race at their college for mountain bikes, giving them scholarships to race mountain bikes. I'm like, what? Who the fuck does that? It's not football, basketball, shit. Who gives a shit? But okay, we may try it. We're gonna get involved with their Facebook group, and because they do like little joy rides and stuff right now, and then they don't start training until I think January. It should be going right now, but of course Corona fucking ruined that. And the boys are like, yeah, we'll try it. So we'll go see how much togetherness we can stand, and how everybody's so happy and blah blah blah. I may just drop the kids off and run for the hills, because I'll be fine to mountain bike, but I don't know about the one-on-one and talking to a whole bunch of people. That's just not my shit.
Sounds like a cult. I like it.
It might be different than Marine Corps Jiu-Jitsu, so here we are.
Dude, or maybe. So this is through Appalachian State? Like they're the main sponsors of it as far as like putting the group together?
No, this is North Carolina wide.
Oh, okay.
And, hold on, I think I've got the damn thing here. Let's see, North Carolina Interscholastic Cycling League.
Okay.
And the one here in is called the Down East Dirt Dogs. And whoever drew their little emblem looks like he drew it with a crayon while drunk. But anyway, we'll fix that if we become part of this. We need a new mascot or something. But yeah, they're spread out. They show you a map of everybody that's involved, and I mean it's from the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, all in North Carolina, you know. And then they race. I think about an hour and a half away, and then they go around Charlotte up to Durham, out west and stuff. And it looks like a pretty cool thing. I mean, their website and video always hype shit up. But everybody's like, yay, we just come out here to have fun and blah, blah, blah. And we'll see if the boys want to do it, get together, get them out of the house. You know, they're wanting to go back to jiu-jitsu now because they've opened up a teen jiu-jitsu at 11 o'clock, and those that have joined, and they're kind of cute. And the boys are like, yeah, we might want to go, Dad. Yeah, of course you do, you little hormone-driven perverts. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
It sounds
how
like
much I have to get involved.
It sounds like a what's that movie called? Like where they're clinking the bottles together. You know what I'm talking about? Where they have like the gangs, the street fight.
The Outsiders. Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it kind of sounds like. You know, it morphed from Boy Scouts into, what was it? Dirty Dogs? Down East Dirty Dogs?
Yeah, Down East Dirty Dogs.
Yeah.
D3 is what that is. That's in quotations because it's 3 Ds. Down East Dirt Dogs. All right. Yeah. We'll fuck it. We'll see. That's good. Get them out of the house. Get me out of the house. So,
well, I think your boys will be safe. I mean, because you know, if it has morphed from the Boy Scouts or something like that, you know, they become these little Down East Dirty Dogs, and there's like, you know, crew versus crew and all this kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure boys will be able to handle their own, especially doing their jiu-jitsu stuff. They might beat the shit out of somebody with a bike.
Yes, they can take a beating and give one, so they'll be all right. And Bailey's not going to do it because she hates mountain biking. One wreck and she's done with it.
Damn, I saw the video you posted the other day of like you guys built your own little ramps or whatever in the yard. And I don't know which boy it was because I just started laughing because as soon as he went over the handlebars and his face hit, and then he almost scorpioned, I think is what it's called, where his legs come over. Like it was almost a toe touch on the ground. I was like, holy shit, that had to hurt, but he kind of walked it off, I guess.
I didn't record the one. I mean, you saw the video. All the video shows is him on the ground rolling around and me laughing, going, why did we not video that? Because that was the hardest get off ever to his brother. That he's like, oh, I did the jump and you can't do it. I'll show you how to do it again. He didn't show shit. He's like, and then and I mean,
Yeah.
boy, he bounced and rolled, and I mean, I knew it hurt because it hurt me to watch, but it was funny as fuck too. So
Show you how gravity's about to
like I
whip
said, they're
my
tough.
ass. Yeah.
See, I'm not telling them the secret though. See, that's why my body's breaking down because I used to do that stupid shit too. You know, neck surgery, shoulder injections, my knees are fucked, and you got stories. I don't want to be like my old man and go, man, I really wish I would have done that. It's more like I probably shouldn't have done it, but fuck, I got a story out of it, you know?
So I wake up every morning and have to pop my neck so I can turn my head, but it's all right. We're good.
Oh my God, what I would give to be able to pop my neck again. Whew, I hadn't done that in over a year. I mean, titanium plate and screws will do that, but it's fine.
Well, how long ago did you get that done?
A year ago today, as a matter of fact. It's my anniversary. Yay.
Oh, really? Damn, is it? I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah. 18th of June.
It's crazy.
Nope, because we were at my sister's wedding just a few days before that, and we were supposed to be on vacation in Tennessee that whole week, but my surgery got moved up, so came back and, you know, I don't enjoy the drugs like I used to. I remember them giving me, you're going to need pain pills, you're going to need muscle relaxers, and I was like, fuck this. And it didn't hurt as bad. I mean, I had some tension in the back, like in between my shoulder blades. That was what hurt the worst. And swallowing, but I was like, I took 1 day of muscle or pain pills, maybe a day and a half, and I told Stephanie I'm not taking anymore. And then the muscle relaxers I took for a few more days, and then I'm like, I'm off these fucking things too. I was too lightheaded and weird. All the shit I used to enjoy, I just I didn't enjoy it quite as much.
Yeah. Okay. I remember the last time I took a pain pill. It's been probably 10 years or more, but yeah, it's one of those weird out of body, like it's not out of body, but it's like on the verge of it. It's like where you kind of contemplate, like, am I dead right now? And especially when they first kick in and they're really potent, like you're like, I can't feel certain shit. So you kind of almost have like a lot of anxiety or panic attacks. You're like, this is it. I'm dying. I OD'd. It's like with weed, you can't OD. So I never experienced that before. But I was like, oh my God, this is all those horror stories. Am I going to start doing heroin after this? Like, what the shit?
I know. And that's what scares me. Cause I mean, I enjoyed pot too, you know, and, when I'm able to do that and stuff again, because it should be legal by the time I retire and whatever, you know, am I going to hit that first joint and go, ugh, this is not what I remember, you know? It's like that old adage, you can never go home again because it's all different and stuff. Is weed going to be bad? That's a depressing thought, you know? Fuck.
I think you're safe on that. I think weed's pretty much one of those that's been around since the test of, stood the test of time and then lost any potency. It's probably gotten more potent, so that might be the thing.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Like come out talking like Bill and Ted. Whoa. But, yeah, by that time,
be excellent to each other.
That's right. I still can't believe they're remaking that movie. Like, it looks retarded. Like, it just looks stupid. Like, I'm surprised they even did it because I saw the trailer for it, I guess, last week sometime. I finally looked at it and I was like,
it's not a remake. It's the
second one,
the trilogy. Yeah.
Or yeah,
they had
the
Bill and Ted's
yeah.
Excellent Adventure, Bogus Adventure, and then Face the Music. And I can't wait. I don't know.
I think it's just something about seeing Keanu after him being fucking John Wick and shit.
A badass.
Where he's just
Ass, yeah. And then never the dude.
Right. No, it's one of those weird ones. I just can't. I don't know. It'd be interesting. But oh well. Hopefully it'll turn out to be all right. Maybe. I don't know. That could be his one flop. He's made so many other good movies and stuff like that. So maybe he needs to have a shit one, you know? It's kind of the way I look at it anyway.
Yeah, he's due.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even what was he in? The Replacements? Isn't that what that football movie was?
Yes.
Yeah, like watching it, you're like, oh man, this is not that good of a movie. But then you go back and watch it like a few years later, you're like, it's pretty fucking funny. It holds up. All right, it's not bad.
Oh yeah, that movie was hilarious.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking hilarious.
Oh well. Oh, and speaking of like drugs and stuff like that, have you watched the show Ozarks or Ozark or whatever, the Jason Bateman one? I think we talked about that
No,
last time.
yeah, it's on my list to watch when I get through some of these because I've heard it's really good. And I mean, I like Jason Bateman and stuff. So
Yeah, it's definitely good. Like to the point where it's not. I guess it's not super like druggy or anything like that. It's just hillbillies and rednecks doing what they do best, and I think that's what makes it more interesting. I guess it's why I like it so much is because I've lived around those people. I've seen those people that are like, nope, you can't do that, and being racist as shit, or just
remind you.
yeah, exactly, like having those slurred words or whatever, and they just stick to what they know best and all this kind of stuff, and they don't want any new ideas, which I guess is par for the course for everything going on in this world today. But yeah, and then having the actual craziest characters in it be the women, to where like they're kind of doing the matriarch thing, like where what they say goes, or they're going to get their way one way or the other. It's hilarious, but it's sick and twisted in some parts too, but it's really good.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah, but
all right, man, I got to get off here.
But you act like you got yard work or something to do.
We go back to poop, coffee, the natural laxative. I have to take care of some business and then go mow. I'm working nights, so I didn't get up until, sometimes it's the second cup of coffee. I'm old.
Yeah, I get it. You got to go take care of morning glory. I get it. Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll unplug a few things from my computer and then we can have a mobile Zoom call, and then I can just set you on my lap while I'm grunting a little bit. That'll be something for the podcasters.
I mean, I would do it if you're down with it. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, I was thinking about that the other day because, what was it? I was listening to some podcast or something. Maybe it was an interview or something like that, whatever. But the guy was talking about, he's like, it's weird in these day and age that, even gym classes and stuff like that are completely different from when I grew up, where people, they were forced to change in front of people. They were forced to, take a shower after gym class and stuff like that, and nowadays it's everybody has their own stall and everybody has this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I remember before I even got in the Marine Corps, I saw more assholes and balls than I ever had in my life. And I was like, and that only progressed by like 1,000,000% once I got in, because there's no shame. Like, so see, that could be another good thing about everybody joining the military. Everybody gets over like, oh my God, her nipple came out at the Super Bowl, or oh my God, she has like shorty shorts on with her ass hanging out. It's like, so, yeah.
Well, see, gym class was one thing. All right, you're in the locker room, you're showering, blah, 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 but you still shit in a stall. Now, I don't know if it was like that for your boot camp, but when we went to boot camp, when we went to the rifle range, there were no stalls.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you had a shitter next to a shitter, that there are about 10 shitters there, and you could reach out and touch everybody. I mean, you can see everybody's business, and I mean, that takes some getting used to, because I had a fear of public pooping. Stems back to when I was like 4 and walked into a Kmart and somebody had shit like right next to the toilet bowl. I mean, they didn't even try. It's not like it slipped off. This was purpose, a foot to the left. And my mom will tell the story, because she's like, I used to be a pretty smart kid, hooked on phonics and could spell. Like, ooh, somebody shit on the floor, Mama. And she said, that's all I said through Kmart. Somebody shit on the floor. And she said, it tore me up so bad that I refused to shit anywhere. And that was probably until I was in my 20s, maybe in my 30s, that I would not shit in public. I had amazing sphincter control and would just wait until I got home to do it, because it was fucking disgusting. But yeah, I mean, shitting right next to somebody, that would help race relations, whatever other relations, because you're like, hey man, can you hand me some toilet
Exactly.
paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking of that, why is all toilet paper white? Think about it. Because I don't have the answer. I'm just like, we're talking about race and why is toilet paper? See, because white people take all the shit. Yep. We just got banned.
That could
I'm going to
be.
get hate mail now.
Well,
I'm going to have to wear a mask.
I was going to say, I have no idea. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to have to like block this video and put it to private and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to cut that part out. But you can just leave it in there with why is all white toilet paper white? So you can leave that in there.
Possibly. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll leave it on there. I ain't worried about it. I ain't scared. No, I was the same way. Like I never would poop unless it was at home. And then, yeah, probably about a week or two after boot camp or whatever, it's the same thing. Like we actually in our barracks in San Diego, like they had the stall, they had the doors, or they had the dividers, but they didn't have the doors. And it was far enough apart where you could like see like 5 or 6 different dudes across from you. And some of the guys, you know, would put it across their lap and all that shit. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm relaxing. I don't even care. Like I said, at that point, I'd already did the duck walk, bent over and spread my cheeks at MEPS for some old dude that looked like he was from the crypt. Like, I mean, literally skin and bones. And he's got bifocal goggles, whatever it is, on, looking at my butthole to make sure it's all right. And he hesitated just a little bit to where it was like, oh shit, am I all right? Like, because I bent over it. So I don't know if, and I didn't look. It wasn't like I bent over and looked between my legs to make eye contact upside down. I didn't want to be that vulnerable. But when you're trying to gape your own butthole and like have an old guy look at it, you know, there's something in you that just breaks a little bit to where you just don't care about public nudity anymore. That's weird. Like, I mean,
that's very, very, very true.
Mm-hmm. Like I even went to the doctor because thought I was having not stomach issues, but I was like, all right, man, I don't know if my diet's just messed up, but it was like a weird butt problem. We'll just say it that way. Like it wasn't pain, but it wasn't like normal. I was like, dude, am I getting old? Yeah. See, we won't have to cut your shit out. I'll go there with you. I don't care. I'll go crazy with you, bro. But so I went to the doctor, and it wasn't a, what do you call it? Is it proctologist? I think that's what their profession is called. Something like that. I don't know.
Yep. The butthole guys.
I could have been at the dentist. I don't know. They just told me this address to be here. So I could have gotten scammed. Who knows? Or catfished, whatever you want to call it. But he's like, oh yeah. He's like, just, you know, box or take your pants and your boxers down or whatever and just lay on the bed or whatever. So I literally started getting up on all fours, and he goes, no, lay on your side. I was like, oh, sorry. Military. I'm not bashful by any means.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. How many fingers? Let's do 2 fingers. Sorry. No, I wasn't worried about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, I've never had a client try to climb up on all fours on the table before. I was like, dude, I want you to get in there and get a good look at it, figure it out, make sure I don't have like a hernia.
Yeah, get in there deep.
Yeah, I want you to check it out. Like, I'm here for a reason. Check it out. Like, get in there. Be thorough. I don't care. Be thorough. Do a little swirl. I don't give a shit. Come on, man. But it was like, it's just one of those things. I think if everybody joined the military, kind of coming full circle, everybody joined the military, nobody gives a shit about race anymore. You might go in there racist, but you're not going to make it. You're going to get beat down by a bunch of other colored people, and they'll beat it out of you. And then what? You get college paid for. So then that's it. That's the solution. Everybody join the military. Don't be a pussy. Just do it. Bite the bullet for 4 years, 5 years, or if you want to turn it into a career. There you go. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, neither one of us could do that.
No, maybe we are pussies.
Maybe we're part of the problem. We didn't stay to fix anything. That's the reason.
No, that's it. We just went, oh, okay, sign this page 11 for no reason. Okay. Do I get my DD 214 now? Okay, sweet. Thank you. Free college. Damn. All right, man. Well, we started talking about poop, so we'll end on the poop talk and the booty play and all that good stuff. But yeah. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're not sitting on your throne right now talking to me. That's great. Even though your flag looks like a weird butthole right behind you, so I guess that's appropriate.
It does. Have you seen that?
very
TV
inflamed.
show? I think it's on Netflix. Paradise PD. It is like an animated whatever.
Uh,
The cop patch looks something like that, and they reference a butthole. So if you've not enjoyed that show, you should watch it because it's absolutely horrible. But their drug dog has a cocaine problem. It's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, they reference the butthole, and that's the whole. Yeah, it's funny. So for your viewing
sick
pleasure.
and twisted. That's right. Well, so I guess I'll save you a seat because it's going to be warm where we're going. So at least we'll have some good giggles.
Absolutely, it always is.
That's right, man.
All right, man.
We
We'll
have a
talk
good
to you
day.
later.
Tell everybody I said hi.
Will do.
All right, bye.